Welcome to Trappin Ain't Dead. Another day, another dollar. Pete game.
So far, I ain't worried about it. 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 As I ride, drop, talk through my city, I ain't worried about a thing. I ain't worried about a thing. Lost one T, Lord, know this shit deep. I ain't worried about a thing. I ain't worried about a thing. Get closer to the stars, sitting in a double law. I done came so far. I ain't worried about a thing. I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about a thing.
DJ Lavishly.
What's good? It's your boy Munch. What's up, Janéy? What we got going on today?
Hi, Munch. I don't know. I always start that way, like high pitch and just weird. It's always like this weird, uncomfortable shit. And I'm always like, hi, and laughing. But what's good?
What's good? You ain't hit me with the...
You always say it, and I be forgetting that now I gotta say munchy poo, because if you don't say shit, I ain't gonna know. If you just need to not, don't edit that shit out either. Don't edit it out.
Okay. I don't never edit shit out. Don't be doing me like that. I rarely edit shit now.
Cause we all know you the mastermind behind why this shit sounds so good. So I know you do all the production, and I know you do your little magic.
All like mine's color cut clarity. Plug.
Get into that. How was your weekend?
It was straight. You know, I had to work, but other than that, I had a chance Sunday to go to my homeboy Leodonis Only L Boutique's show called Hidden Fantasy 2017. Yeah, it was a dope show. I supported two vendors. The lovely Adosh, she works a lot with Ankara Swim, Ankara Fashion Show and all that stuff, which is basically talks about the African diaspora and fashion world. So it was good for her.
Where was that?
It was at the Opalaka Arc.
Oh, the Arc.
Yeah, it
That's
was at the
where Chris
Arc.
worked.
So yeah, exactly. It was there. It's the second year we held it there. My boy DJ Diesel was a DJ. He held it down. Lake House ENT, all like mine's plug.
I don't blame you. The Arc is a really cool venue. Like,
yeah.
I'm been trying to figure out a way to activate in that space. So I see how a lot of people use it. That's pretty dope. How many people was at that event?
I want to say it was a good. It had to be like a little, like if not 100, like what I'm saying, a little bit over that. But it was a cool event. If you want to check it out, go to my personal page and see it, or my business page and see it. I think it's on both.
Do they have like any social media people?
Yeah, only L Boutique.
Oh, cool.
So if you go to Instagram, Only L Boutique, Facebook, I believe Twitter is the same thing.
And that's the vendor who was there, not the event, right?
No, that's the actual event. The person who, he's a jewelry vendor.
Oh, so he had a fashion show.
Yeah,
there?
So he did a fashion show. But he, to say he's a jewelry vendor, that kind of boxes him in because he does so many different things.
I feel you.
You know what I mean? Like he makes clothes. And in addition to the jewelry, one thing about Leodonis, I don't know if you remember when I had took the girl to prom, the jewelry that was worn or that was made was literally Leodonis's work.
Oh wow!
So yeah. That's
what's up. She was gorgeous too. So
yeah. Shout out to my homegirl Destiny, little homie.
Destiny.
She at Clark, Atlanta,
That's what's up.
Doing
Anybody who caught where I got that that little tag from, what movie I got that Destiny thing from, put it in the comments. I want to see y'all black movie trivia.
Uh-oh.
But since you didn't ask, but I'm gonna just say it. This weekend I had a few events that I went to.
You ain't let me get there. Don't do me like that. You ain't even let me get there. Like, you was still talking, homie.
But I was waiting for you to get a drummer song. Let me get in this.
I got you. So what the hell was you doing this weekend?
Well, this weekend, I laid up, smoked a little. No, I'm just playing. I don't even do that, guys. I don't partake. But this weekend, I was at the International Music Festival in Miami Gardens. Are you okay over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Straight.
This weekend, I was at the International Music Festival in Miami Gardens, and that shit was dope. Joe Mercer Marley, because I wanted to make sure I had his name right. Bob Marley's grandson was the headliner. It's the second event. It's powered by Vice Mayor Ighodaro. I wanted to make sure I got that name right.
You gotta get that name right. Ighodaro been doing his thing though.
He has.
And I've known Ighodaro since he was actually a teacher at Norland.
For real?
Yeah. He was a real dope teacher. He activated a lot of people, man.
No, he has a lot of respect in the community, and he's definitely been doing this thing, especially as an elected official. But that festival, he wanted to give like a international music feel, to add on to all the music events that we have in Miami Gardens and different events. So it was like an Afro-Caribbean, reggae type of vibe, real nice. I actually have pictures on my social media. You could check out if you going to hashtag #IMFest. You can see pictures from that event, and that's pretty dope. And Miami Gardens this weekend had a lot of events going on. Another event I went to was Live Healthy Miami Gardens.
Yeah.
And that was a really cool community festival at Rolling Oaks Park. Oh, and IM Fest was at Betty T. Ferguson. These both were on Saturday.
And Live Healthy was at, we talked about this week. Wasn't that at Rolling Oaks or something like that?
Yeah, it was at Rolling Oaks.
Okay.
And they had a pretty good turnout. 103.5 The Beat, shout out to my family there. DJ Ivory P and Papa Keith were, they're doing some community work and hosting and DJing. And we had a presence there. They had vendors. One thing I got to give Live Healthy, Kiana from Ford PR and Melissa Dunn with her marketing company. I thought it was genius because when I go to community events, the vendors sometimes don't get the love that they need. People don't really go over there and really see what they got going on. And they had like this little like stamp thing that you had to get. So they were giving out free fresh fruit and veggies. And in order to get that free produce, you had to go to each vendor and get a stamp or whatever.
Wow,
so
that's dope.
It made me interact, and I actually got some questions answered, some health stuff, like seeing some different demos. So that was pretty cool. I had never seen that done at a community event.
Shout out to Kiana, man. That's dope.
Shout out to the dog,
Kiana, the truth though.
She is.
She the truth though.
Her and Melissa are a great team. So anybody out there need PR marketing services, you make sure you go for PR. Look them up on Instagram, and you could hit her up for those services. But I thought that was a really cool way to interact with vendors and get them their opportunity.
I heard Food in the Gardens was there too.
Food in the Gardens?
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to go to all the food vendors, but I heard somebody had some really good smoothies or drinks out there, and I was so mad I didn't get a chance to get one.
Yeah, because she also did Only L Boutiques event.
Oh.
And yeah, they had
was busy.
Yeah, she was busy. Fit Gardens, so that's at Fit Gardens, and basically I got the papaya smoothie. I got some alkaline water, and I had a fruit cup from her garden, and yeah, I was satisfied.
What type of fruit was in the fruit cup?
It was everything. I had strawberries in there. I had all type of shit in there. I had oranges in there.
Hungry.
You know what I mean? I had watermelon in there. I had grapes in there.
It was good. She
like
put
cantaloupe,
like any type of juice or something on it. It's just like
it was just a fruit cup.
Fresh.
Yeah, it was just a fresh fruit cup, like a regular fruit cup.
Organic.
Yeah.
Homegrown. None of that crazy shit you get in Winn-Dixie.
Yeah. The actual fruit looked like the fruit looked when I was a kid. So.
I feel you. Definitely need to make sure we look at what the fuck we eating.
Yeah, boy, because they putting everything in there. Everything causes cancer. Everything got 10 billion side effects.
It's scary as fuck. You can't. What the hell? Have you heard about that?
Oh, the movie?
The documentary film?
Documentary, yeah.
I refuse to watch it because I'm not giving up meat. I don't give a fuck.
I heard a lot of people, but you gotta, when it comes to those movies like that, you gotta pay attention to who's funding that movie and what side it's coming from. Because, a lot of, especially when it comes to movies like that, like it's funded by people who trying to push policy and garner public opinion. So
that's true.
Stay woke. Yeah, that's really what it come down to. Trappin ain't dead.
Well, speaking of that, and talking about different ways people affect industry, it's Black Business Month. August is Black Business Month.
Yes, August is Black Business Month.
August is Black Business Month. Fucking month. I'm excited about that. Like, I'm a aspiring entrepreneur. You've been doing this for a while, so shout out to all those Black businesses out there. Any special business that you really support, that you really, really go ham for locally?
Hollow News.
Oh, she not a business yet, but thank you, baby.
Don't worry. We got you. Enchanted Jewels 360.
Okay.
Roots Printing. I support a lot of businesses. Another business that I supported talking about a dose. She has a new venture that she was doing called, I don't want to butcher the name, but it's called Lotan Wick.
What does that
mean? And basically, she makes these this notebook that you see.
Oh, that's cute. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna make sure Munch put up a picture. It has
it's like
African
the kente
cloth.
Yeah, African. It's made out of African cloth,
and it's a notebook like a journal.
It's like a journal.
Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I honestly,
and she got the little piece. You see the
little
holder
jewelry,
page. Yeah,
page holder. Y'all, when I walked in the room, I noticed it and I was like, "This is cute." But I figured, Munch always got the little nice Afrocentric accessories and items and shit. So I'm like, this probably just some other cool ass person he done found. And I had been I was gonna ask you about that.
I got that this week, dog. And like I say, man, support black business, man. Is August is Black Business Month, Black Business Awareness Month. I know Star X and some others, J Nick, with the South Florida Black Business Directory. We've been talking about them for a minute. But if you go on sflbbd.com, I believe they're doing free registrations right now for businesses
to be in the directory.
Weren't
we a part of those early planning phases those days? I remember that, and they come a long way to promote black businesses. They have events. Shout out to J Nick, the co-founder, Crystal Chanel, Don Wiggins, Carone March. A lot of those people, everybody on that team, like y'all, super. Big ups.
We want to always big up those people and just say how important it is, right? Because when you talk about starting a business and signing up to a directory, most times it's not interactive. But the thing about J Nick, I don't mean to put him out there, but I don't care. He'll get over it. He's actually has a position on the small business committee, I think, in the chamber.
That's true.
So this is the
Miami-Dade Chamber.
The Miami-Dade Chamber, Greater Miami-Dade Chamber. So this is something this is not just any type of directory. This is a directory that's like in line in the natural order of things. So for me, I would say this is one that y'all definitely need to consider to do. And as well as Crystal. Yeah. Crystal is Crystal Chanel. She called herself what? Crystal the MOC.
Yeah, the mistress of ceremony.
Mistress of ceremony. So
she the hostess with the mostest.
Hostess with the mother.
We gotta have them on.
Yeah, that's one of the ones we definitely gotta get on.
Yeah, let's pick their fucking brain.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And,
I love them, dude. I love them.
Yeah, and I've grown to love Crystal because I didn't know her before this whole process.
Me either. I met her through the South Florida Black Business Directory, and I love her. Like, that's my dog.
She connects. A couple of weeks ago, she did something that I felt was dope, but because busy means that you just a procrastinating ass motherfucker. Which really that's what it came down to. I waited to the last minute. I didn't know whether I was going to be available or not, because I had a few shows to do. And it came up that I was going to be available, but I wasn't able to actually make things happen with the event that she had with my boy Prince Adderley, who's a photographer. They was doing headshots.
Ooh,
they did the headshot.
I missed that.
Yeah, you missed that.
I need headshots.
Yeah, we gonna have to.
Man,
we have to pay that tab, but
I know I'm gonna have to pay that tab.
You gonna have to call Prince, like, yo, we need y'all to come get these headshots.
Me and you need some headshots for this podcast, so we may need to set that up with somebody.
Yeah, Prince, man, what's up, bro?
Even people listening, if you're not a business, a black-owned business, if you're looking for services and you're trying to figure out, well, who has this black-owned boutique or grocery store or a mechanic or lawn service or different things like that you're trying to shop black, that's a great resource. We need to make sure that we using that. Just to transition to somebody else doing some great things in the community and supporting the black community. Uncle Luke had supported an event this weekend at Hadley Park, right?
Yeah, so it was in conjunction, from what I know, it was in conjunction with the City of Miami and Liberty City Optimist. The kids from Liberty City Optimist, shout out to the Warriors, Warrior Pride. We go hard in the paint. Yeah, tell them to put the rock back in the front of the field, and everybody got to rub the rock before you go into the jungle. It's just
what
ritual.
Is it, like some Apollo shit?
Yeah, it's like before we used to actually go and like have games, you used to have to rub the rock.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
That sounds like what they used to do at Carroll City. Anybody play football? Don't kill me. But before you came on the field, I think you had to recite something. I think it was, I will not let my teammate down, or I will not. They had a little something that they had to do.
That's dope though.
Before they went on the field, and everybody had to say it. Like,
that's dope.
So I like the idea of rock and What was it like? The rock special? Was it something that like what was the rock? Like where did it come from?
I don't know. All I know is that we didn't rub the rock, and people who didn't rub the rock got hurt, or we just lost the game. And ever since I was a kid, I just rubbed the rock, and I made it mandatory for everybody to rub the rock before we enter the jungle. It's just something to be in unison. Yeah, it was. I'm not a superstitious person, but you know, I seen it happen one time, and I was like, shit, I'm just gonna rub the rock then.
You know, we just gonna go with it. I ain't gonna say it's real, but I ain't gonna say it's fake.
Yeah, man. But shout out to Coach Sam, because he was serious about that, and I feel like after Coach Sam passed, you know, that kind of like, you know, died with it in a way. But
he died recently.
Yeah, like maybe like 2-3 years ago.
You know who I'm thinking about? Northwest Express.
Northwest Express, Coach Hope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coach Hope died. Recently this past year.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the OGs, man. I'm so appreciative to have been able to being coached by some of these guys and been in the presence of some of them, because I think about now, like when we think about being pro-black, all I can think about is Coach Hope saying, "You better not get Cracker Barrel." And that was his thing was, you know, when we went to national, because you ran track for Metro Dade, right?
I did. Shout out to Coach Carol Hardiman and Coach James, Coach Sharona, Coach Rico, Metro Dade,
Yeah, you know, we ain't going to go on the rivalry, but.
Oh, who you was with?
Northwest Express.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So you know, he was the top two. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Anybody know about that track and field in South Florida? It's Metro Dade and Northwest Express. I don't know about the rest of these. This new shit.
Now they got this new, you know, Strong Arm. It's like Strong Arm got 50 teams and shit. You know, but you know, no shade. I'm glad that Flo and them doing that for the kids, man. It's very important. But back to what we was talking about with Luke. You know, from my understanding was, you know, they wanted to bring how that exposure. You know, so many times, you know, kids don't look to go to college. We don't think that we're the ones that's going to go to college. Like, it's not like a professional track for us. So for them to tell us, you know, football is not everything, but not give us any other resources or nothing to look up to, you know, and they had FAU, you know what I'm saying, which is only an hour away at with FAU. So
and it's a nice facility, nice school.
So Coach whole thing with being pro-black, going back to what I was saying about pro-black, right, is that he told, like, when we went to nationals and stuff like that, he said, don't get Cracker Barrel. Because, you know, most of the times it was only Metro Dade, Northwest Express, and then a whole bunch of white folk.
That's true.
You feel me? When you went to Omaha, Nebraska, it was at nationals, it was a whole bunch of white folk. And he would always say, just don't get Cracker Barrel.
What does that mean, Munch? I want to know so bad.
Basically, when the white dude coming and like that last 100, you know, that last 100 on the 400, or anytime a white person beat you, it's just like you got Cracker Barrel. But most of the time, it would be that last 100 on the quarter.
Oh man, when you fighting for your life on that last stretch. Talking about Cracker Barrel. I got Cracker Barrel. I didn't even know I got Cracker Barrel. We was I think it was at the Bob Hayes or Bob Cook, one of them invitations in Jacksonville. And man, one of them white girls came up on me on the 800, the last 100 meters. Man, I started hitting that girl, like punching her in the arm. That bitch went right around me. She had energy. I was so tired.
Oh, you was one of them.
She whooped. No. And you better check my motherfucking record. Janéy is an athlete, okay? I may not be one now, but she broke records. She went to state.
But you had to do what you had to do to win, though.
That was 9th grade, and I was just getting started, so I didn't really know, you know, about track. Because I didn't run summer track in Metro Dade as a kid.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I only started running in high school, like officially, and I was at a track meet, you know, my first time away, and that girl went right past me, and I hit her, and she just kind of moved over out the lane and Cracker Barreled my ass. So shout out to Coach Hope, who gave me something I didn't even know I was.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we used to do in practice. We used to do bear busters. So we used to do quarters, and he used to call them bear busters. And that last 100, he would always say, "Get that bear off your back," because you know you struggling.
Oh yeah, they call it the monkey or the bear. Get it off your whatever it is on your back.
Get it off, boy.
Because you get the either leaning real forward or leaning back. It's either one of those.
And if you notice, we was always good with that. Like, we'll be hand in hand, but that last 100 meters,
you losing all form.
We used to be strong as shit. Cause I don't know how y'all practice, but he made us, like, he timed us, and he would say, like, you gotta be, like, if we wanted to run 40s, he would say, you gotta be at this mark by 30. or 25. You got to be like, you got to run 300 meters in 25 seconds. Like, what the fuck you talking about?
Oh yeah, Coach Rico, shout out to him, mastermind. Like, he really taught me how to break down a race. Yeah. And he would say that, like, if you trying to get this time, you got to be at the tip of that curve at the 250 mark. You better make a move. You got to be here at that time. He's screaming at you from the gate. Janéy, you behind, or you on it. Okay, maintain. Like, you got to hit those marks.
Speaking of somebody in your group chat, you know who I did not want to fucking run against ever? And I hated that they always made me run against this nigga.
Hoffo?
Fucking Reggie, dog. I hated that shit. I'm like, y'all know I can't run with this man. I know 800. The hell wrong with y'all? I'm a sprinter. What the fuck you got me in the 800 for?
Hoffo, shout out to Reggie.
Shout out my dog, man.
800 Metro Dade champion, Carroll City 800 runner. That was my 800 brother. That's how me and Reggie got cooked, because we both ran 800. Yeah.
Yeah, that Reggie. 800 was not for me. But you know what? You know what bullshit they tried to tell me?
What?
Just Munch. We know you don't like losing. Just stay with him. You can run with him.
They made you do the 800. You like a sprinter to me.
Yeah, and they made me do the 800 simply because they had everybody. You know, everybody from the city sprinters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, bro, I ain't with that. Like, I want to run the 200. That was my thing. I didn't feel like I was fast enough to run 100 like that. Mm-hmm. But I could do the 2. That's the only race I really wanted to run. I don't have enough fucking energy to run the 4. I ended up getting good at the 4, but I felt like that wasn't for me. The 200 was just right.
But how you go from 200 to the 800 meter race?
Man, look, I ran the 2, the 4, the 8, and I did the 4x1. And the 4x1, I actually was the first leg.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Man, Carroll City, we were so short of girls. They had me on the 4x1 one year, and I'm an 800, 400 girl. But I had got strong enough to run it, but them girls on that... All the other 100 girls always blew me, but I was better than the rest of the girls on the team, so they had to use me on the first leg.
Yeah,
that shit ain't no joke.
Like that.
Stick, you got to stay in the lane, in the zone. That shit's so technical, man.
Yeah, man, I got so much respect for him, you know what I mean? Shout out to Batman, man. He just retired, man. You know what I'm saying? So
Miami legend.
You know what I'm saying? He went to Century, you know. Shout out to Rock Nation.
Oh, God.
You feel me? But it was always good, you know, looking at Batman. That was somebody that I really, really said, okay, I can make it out because Batman made it out. You know,
that's true. He was like one of those, especially when I ran track. Like, you look up to like him and the Sonya Richardson. Is it Richards?
Yeah, Sonya Richards.
Sonya Richards, sorry. And people like that who made it, and you're like, damn, I could get out of here too. So that shit do make a big difference. So even just going back to what Uncle Luke did at the park at Charles Hadley, like exposing those kids to that scrimmage from FAU and having that, like, it give you like that image, like, I can do that too.
I can do that, yeah.
That's real important to have. I mean, even, you know, just still talking about the football, there's a lot of shit going on with football in Miami this past week.
Man, shout out my nigga Els, man. He made a song 2 years ago called Fuck the Dolphins. And,
oh, God.
And I firmly stood behind that record then, and I firmly stand behind that statement in that record now. Fuck the Dolphins.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And the reason is my mama is a fucking diehard Dolphin, and my dad.
Gonna ask you ain't no Dolphin?
I'm a Dolphin because I'm home team at heart. You know what I'm saying? But the Dolphins, let's just be real, they've been a racist ass organization since '72 when they went undefeated.
For real?
And Zonka was not that good. Let's tell a story. He had more touchdowns than the black man. But they used to run the other running back all the way down the field like they did Ricky Williams. They used to run them all the way down the field, and then when they get inside the red zone, which inside the red zone is like inside the 20, they would the opposing teams field, they would get the ball to Zonka, or like it'd be 2-3 yards to get into the touchdown.
Zonka, what's his first?
They'd get Larry Zonka. They would get a ball to Larry.
Black guy?
No, he was a white guy. He was the star running back for them.
Sports, so you're gonna have to break down all the mechanics and shit.
So here's the thing. So Larry Zonka was like their starting running back, I guess. Mm-hmm. But it was another running back from stories that's been told to me and passed down from like Dolphins from years. Like, yo, back when they had Mercury Mars and all that, like, yo, it was this one guy who used to run down the whole field. He'll get everything, and then they wouldn't reward the guy who got them all the way down the field. They would give it to Larry Zonka, and Larry Zonka would score.
Oh, Oh, so who was the guy getting them all the way down the field?
I can't even tell you the name. That's what's
It was
so
a black
bad.
guy?
But they said it was like a black guy that was getting them all the way down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was bad. But that since that inception and like that's always been my understanding. Like from like, and I don't want to name names like Hazinga and Joe Robbie and all these guys from way back then. That they always had this like racist undertone to them. You know what I mean?
I mean, but that's Miami.
But that's Miami. You know, they hide
That's
it a
America.
lot. Yeah, in general. And then
Trappin ain't dead.
and then another reason is because the real reason why I feel the way I feel now is because Colin Kaepernick took a stand. Mm-hmm. And I think everybody's really aware of what kind of stand that was. I don't remember a time that I was in high school that I actually put my hand over my heart for the damn national anthem. I actually kneeled every time.
For real?
And nobody said a word. And I didn't try to make it into a big ass statement.
But it was just like something that you felt like you couldn't pledge allegiance to.
Yeah, I mean, I know Zoes didn't stand up for the doggone Pledge of Allegiance in school because they ain't believe in it. You know what I'm saying? So who am I to sit up here and tell you wrong? That's your freedom of speech. If you feel the way you feel, you ain't no traitor until you did something against us. But he had every right to make that statement. Richard Sherman earlier this week said something about it.
I saw that
because he was talking about how name a quarterback. He said he can name 3 or 4 quarterbacks on the Jets alone that got a contract, and Colin Kaepernick don't got a contract. And they got the NFL.
He's better than them guys.
So I give Stephen A. Smith credit to this because he always alludes to this situation when it comes to diversity and inclusion in the NFL. What's going on now? Just like everywhere else in business is being controlled by technology and the algorithms and different things. So a lot of GMs that's getting hired are coming out of MIT. And these technical schools, they're not really football players. They don't understand the culture and the sport of the game. They just understand the data. And the data says one thing. So the data is probably saying Colin Kaepernick is not no way, shape, or form going to be a good, ball player. You know what I mean? For them. And that's the kind of like excuse they trying to hide behind.
When he's a good player.
Like that's the thing. And then a lot of people don't want to be real about the situation with the factor of, he was in San Fran his first year there. He won the Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken, his first year, and then the second year he damn near let him he almost got back to the Super Bowl but missed the 10-yard pass. So and then after that the fucking organization went to shit. So he had coaching changes, he had offensive coordinator, all type of offensive coordinator changes, head coach changes, GM change, like not a GM, but like if I'm not mistaken, but there was a lot of coaching changes. And when you got a coaching change, that coach may come in with a different system, offense. So you can't, like my thing is, I think he still deserves a chance. So my thing was, and I think a lot of people in Miami felt like if he was gonna come anywhere, he can come to the sorry ass Dolphins.
Exactly.
And the reason
had a winning season
when we ain't had I feel like I ain't been a real diehard Dolphin fan since Sam Madison, like really since Ricky Williams situation.
Yeah, like I don't follow sports like that, but like you said, like because it's Miami, I'm a root for them, like any Miami team. But to me, it just seems like I saw a picture today. Shout out to Anthony Malcolm. He posted it. It was a cartoon, and it had like a big white guy holding up like a guy with a jersey with the number 7, like to represent Kaepernick, and it had a noose around his neck, and the guy was holding him by that rope, and then he had like different football players in their jerseys, like all their backs were turned. And I think I posted that picture on High Low News, so you guys could go look at it. And I was asking people what their thoughts were on it, but it was kind of like symbolic on the message that I'm getting from the NFL. Yeah. That, look, we going to make an example out of him where we not going to let y'all use this as a platform for any social issues, especially ones of this nature when it comes to racial divide in America. Like, it was almost like, stay in your place, boy. Like, you're not paid millions of dollars to have an opinion. You're paid to play a game. Exactly. Wasn't that... That's
a book.
Michael Eric Dyson, right?
I don't think Michael Eric Dyson wrote it. It was somebody.
But I know it's a $40
million slaves. Yeah,
and that's pretty much what it seems like, because for him not to have any other misconduct, And I saw my friend Boleg, shout out to her again. She posted something. It was like a list of 10 things, like 10 things that other NFL players had done, like different illegal things. Yeah. Other offenses,
domestic violence, gun possession, drug possession.
Yeah.
It was a number of stuff, and that's the reality of the matter. Like, allegations about like sexual misconduct towards women,
and
like,
they still able to play, but didn't stand for the national anthem. And at first when he did it, I kind of was like on both sides, just to be honest. I was like, I can see he's not standing up, but maybe there's something that he can do to honor the veterans or the people who died for the country, and still not be in allegiance with what everything that song is saying. So I like the taking the knee, but I know he was sitting down at first, correct?
Yeah, he was sitting down at first, I believe, and I think he ended up taking a knee.
Yeah.
After,
as like a compromise.
Yeah,
right?
It's like a compromise. And my thing is like, with him, with Cap, it's deeper than that to me. Because Tannehill is, I don't have no faith in Tannehill. I absolutely hate the quarterback that we had with the Dolphins. I really don't have no faith in Tannehill at all. But I'll ride it out. You know what I'm saying? And to hear that, okay, you didn't even try out Colin Kaepernick. You didn't even try him out. You brought a guy that everybody in the NFL knows. One is still trying to figure. He retired, mind you. I
heard.
He's not even. And the reason why is because he fell out of love with the game of football. So you're bringing in a guy who really is not passionate about football to play one of the most important positions. You feel me? On the fucking field. And then, you didn't try out Cap, and you gave this motherfucker $10 million. And he throw more picks than touchdowns every year. But then you want to tell me how, Cap had 2 bad seasons and he not playing at he playing at a subpar level. I'm like, BS, because what Jay Cutler been doing for the past 4-5 years.
So you can't make it a conversation about that. I think, was it Baltimore? I think the conversation came down to, and I've been just reading articles on it because I've been fascinated by it, that some of the GMs, the coaches been wanting him, but the general managers
have been scared,
and
because
they've been saying that the reaction is like the fans don't want it.
The fans don't want it. And then one of the issues, like, they came down here, and you can see how we talk about media all the time, and how the media sensationalized the fact that, Cubans are not going to want him because he did a Castro, he wore a Castro shirt. And my thing is,
did the Miami Herald, or who reported that?
Miami Herald reported it. They did I think Local 10 did a little nasty article about it. Yeah, I'm y'all know y'all ain't safe. And that was the one I told him, I'm gonna do y'all just like I did NBC6. That ain't right. You feel me? Like, that man shouldn't be defined for wearing a Castro shirt and his views, when at the end of the day, the only people who, and I may be ignorant for saying this, but the most people who really have an issue Cuban wise with Castro are people who left because Castro wanted to be for the, he was against the treatment of African Americans, the mistreatment of Afro Cubans. You feel me? So
I saw that post you made, and Afro-Cubans came under your post and said, I don't got a problem with Castro.
You feel me?
And Chris was in Cuba earlier this year. He's like, the Afro-Cubans, he's like, I didn't realize how many black people were like black Cubans there were.
And what we have to hit on is, just like America funded everybody else, America backed Fidel. The only reason Fidel went sour with them was because at that time they was finna go to war, and America said they wasn't gonna give him something. He wanted some resources and he wanted some aid, but he didn't want them to move in and take over the country, because that's what America do. They throw their money around, and then they want to move in businesses and other stuff and transplant other things in and mess up the culture and economy. So Fidel was smart, and he said, hell no. And the Soviets was willing to do it. That what America said they wasn't. And, when he did that, he cut that deal, they got pissed with him. You feel me? And ever since then, he been enemy number one. Mind you, he the closest thing to America. So he knew what he was. He knew he knew what it was about. And and at the same time, I see the other side with the Cubans who left when it was under a democratic rule with Batista. But let's be honest, like, from what I've heard and what I've researched, Batista was tricking off people's wives, daughters, and mothers.
Wow.
in Havana, Cuba, right off the coast. With to foreign diplomats.
What?
So that was that was another reason why Castro did what he did. That's why
started the revolution.
Started the revolution, and now people say, well, he ruled with an iron fist. How you think revolution come? I don't know. And we can hit on that another episode, but revolution ain't gonna come like in the form of some fucking peace treaty where we gonna sign a paper and we gonna shake hands and this supposed to be for every person. No, hell no. Revolution comes on a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. It ain't gonna come on nothing else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think in theory, the idea of like everybody having equality, like I think in Cuba, like everybody like on a level playing field, no matter well, unless you're like an official, and then I think you live like a little bit better than others. But everybody has like food, they have rations and things like that. Everybody has housing, correct? It's like universal health care.
Yeah, they got one of the best. They have, not saying they have one of the best. They have some of the best doctors. Their public health system is not, I wouldn't say all that great, but they get the job done.
With just the limited resources
they have limited
That's why
resources.
they're so good.
But yeah, and they fly these doctors around, every time there's aid that's needed. Anytime that there was a crisis in Africa, or Haiti, Castro sent the doctors. Nobody, when America was sitting there waiting when that earthquake happened in Haiti, Castro sent the doctors over. Mm-hmm. So people can talk about Castro all they want. I think for people who worked hard for 20, 30 years or all their lives, and to basically get to a certain level, and then socialism happens, and then because of Castro with this new regime that he want to push, and then he takes away what you worked for all your life.
Yeah, that's devastating. So I see both sides.
So I see both sides of that.
Yeah, like I understand the love-hate relationship between, I guess you would call them white Cubans and Afro-Cubans. I see where that is, but I would even want to say, let's open that up. I would love to have a conversation with an Afro-Cuban and someone who is anti-Castro, and we have a conversation about it and actually shed some light. So maybe us here in the black community in Miami can have a better understanding, because I think sometimes that's the divide too. Yeah. And we don't really understand their reasoning on what they feel about Castro, and just hearing it from the horse's mouth too can help us as well get better understanding.
Yeah, and a lot of times, they try to put the Cubans against the blacks in Miami. So
and that's, I don't like that. And I mean, I get it. It's power and money, and people want to rule, and we all know who runs Miami, but I think that we could having some healthy dialogue can help kind of bridge those gaps where we can have more understanding, and maybe I'm just trying to be optimistic that maybe we can have a seat at a strong seat at the table, because right now I feel like because of that disconnect with the Cuban Americans and the white Americans and the African Americans that and I feel like we suffer as black people. Like we don't have a strong seat at the table. But we have to play the game. We got to play the game.
And I'm tired of playing the damn game. And that's why I be mad with a lot of people who tell me, Munch, you got to do this, you got to do that. I be like, look, man, I ain't compromising for shit. I'm tired of playing the game. I'm tired of sitting back saying like Broadway say, we ain't asking for nothing. We going to get what the fuck is ours. You know what I mean?
But Munch, I think it's real for me and you, because we ground zero on a lot of stuff. Yeah. So when you see systematic racism and things that our kids don't get certain resources, and we see the effects of that, it turns into murder and drug use and drug dealing, and we like, fuck, something got to change, because this shit not cool. This my cousin dying on the street.
True. And at the same time, I see it as I've grown to learn a lot of policies that was enacted to help us. We just didn't know they was available, so who does the blame then? If we didn't know it was available,
because the Cuban Americans
and then the Cubans American, and they know about it, and they know how to get access to it,
took advantage of
and they taking advantage. It's just like right now,
they work together,
They so
hire each other.
You feel me?
So I mean, I see.
It's the same thing happened with Haitians. Black people feel some type of way about Haitians right now. Let's be real. And the only reason y'all feel that way, because what? The distribution of wealth. Mm-hmm. If the distribution of wealth wasn't the way it was, we could talk about The same shit them boys did with fraud, the same things niggas could have did in the hood with, with dope. But we ain't clean that money. When we had Northside jumping and we had, all the dope boys, Big Ike, Bo Diddley and all them put up, what was the main thing that was said? It was a great idea. It was just mismanagement. You feel me? So we got to start saying, okay, we can't look at the Cubans and say or the Hispanics and bunch them all up, because I do this. This is one thing I'm trying to work on, of not bunching them all up or generalizing all Hispanics in Miami is just Cuban. Yeah. Because you got some that are from South America. You got people from Venezuela. You got people from Panama. You got people from Honduras. You got people from Nicaragua. You got people. You know what I'm saying? You got people Peru. Yeah. You got people from a lot of different places, and yeah.
Just understanding that I think Miami's a melting pot, and we always talk about this, like, we're so segregated though. Like, people think like, oh, we all just mixed in like some gumbo, and it's like, nah, we segregated. And I think that's part of the problem too, that we don't really work enough together to get stuff solved, because we all got the same issues at the end of the day. We all got the same wants and needs. We all just want to live the American dream. People ain't trying to struggle and want to do bad. I think that if you gave a lot of those guys in the hood opportunity and choices, they wouldn't want to do that shit. They ain't doing it because they want to do it.
Yeah, they just don't have access to it. You know what I mean?
But I need you to care, though. My Cuban Americans and my white Americans in Miami. Like, I need you to care about what's going on 62nd Street versus not what's going on Southwest 162nd Street.
Nah, they care. They care because they buying our property.
They care in a sense, but it's not profiting me none. Ain't nobody that look like me none.
But that ain't it, from their perspective. That ain't my problem. Y'all had this land for how long? And my thing is, you got to look at it like, all right, even me, I sit up there and say, certain shit, I got to be selfish and get this for me. Other things is like, let me bring the community in. I feel you. And it's a difficult decision to have to make, but when you gotta sit up here and say, like, look, I'm financially stable, I'm in a good position to make this decision. Let me go make this decision. Now I'm not in a position where I can buy up every house in the hood, but if I can buy one, that's one. They over there, they saying, well, we gotta, it's like Monopoly. I got a chance to expand a fucking empire. Let me just expand now. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they doing. We just it's unfortunate that we got to get our land taken in the process.
It is, but to me, when I say care, I'm like, and I think of it from an educational standpoint and even like government resources. Like, of course, yeah, like you could go in certain neighborhoods and they both Dade County public schools. One is 10 times better than the other, and it's almost like, well, damn, like. What all those resources get funneled to that other school in a different area?
Well, the number one reason is because of taxes, right? Mm-hmm. So we can just say the allocation, like a lot of the support services and the resources that's there, is necessarily there because of the taxes and the tax base that's in that designated area. Now we get Title I funding and other funding that's supposed to supplement or subsidize, so it levels the playing field.
But it ain't level.
It ain't level, and what happens is we don't fight for it. So what they do, and what we've been told, we send our kids to these private schools with vouchers, or now what they were doing, they were giving away vouchers for you to go to other schools. And when they took the voucher, you're still your child is still Title I eligible.
Oh, so they get the money.
So they get the Title I money going to that school.
Brain drain. So our best and our brightest kids are being bussed out into better or
damn right.
different schools with more resources, and they still get the money that should have been going to that inner city school.
Yep. Because it's on a per child basis, if I'm not mistaken. Wow. So it's like if you got a you know what I'm saying, your area, I know Carol City is one of them too. So it's like if it's an area, if you got this particular group of kids, percentage of kids, you get this amount of money. If you get this percentage of kids, we got to bring like DC and them to like explain it.
To really break that conversation down. But I liked how it took that turn, because a lot of people don't understand. If you listen, especially from out of town, people just think of Miami as one light, but in the city itself, like, we have a lot of different race relations that people think is black and white. In other areas, like for us, it's black, white, and Hispanic, and we all we struggling for power and territory and resources.
You got Bahamians don't feel like they black, Jamaicans don't feel like they black. That's sometimes. That's some of them. You know what I'm saying? You got Haitians who got picked on, and now they resent Americans,
Black
Americans. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of things that go back and forth, and we could talk about it for days. But
yeah, we definitely got to have that conversation about the African diaspora here in Miami. So let's make sure we come back with that one. But to switch gears just a little bit, you know, it's fucked up what happened with Kaepernick and was really fucked up.
I'm in love with a stripper.
I don't know if he loved with a stripper, but did y'all see that girl who came out and talk about Usher gave or exposed her to herpes, but she didn't contract it, and she wanted money because it could be distressful, and he hunched her when she was, I guess, 19 or something like that. And go look on the Shade Room.
Wow.
But go look at the picture of this girl, because she, and I love my BBWs, but I personally don't think that Usher smashed that girl at any point in her life. So you saying
he went from Chili to the other girl that was just like Usher
from Chili to Chili Bowl.
Let's
Ben's Chili Bowl.
Hey man, we is not gonna fat shame today.
We're not fat shaming, but what I'm saying is, I'll put this. Let's just go on Usher book of women.
So you saying
she don't look like the other woman that he smashed in the past.
Usher been going down. Usher been on the decline since he fucked up with Chili. Cause when he got the other girl, I'm like, that's who the fuck you cheated with? Like, you had niggas like, bro, you had Chili. Now Chili had a lot of demands, bro. I can understand.
I know, she was real picky.
You know what I'm saying? I could get that. It was a lot for you.
Chili.
But that was Chili. Like,
not Chili.
Like, y'all niggas need to just step up to the plate. Like, sometimes certain chicks deserve that. Other, come on, dog. Like, we know. Like, let's just be real. You know. But, you know, and I felt...
Yeah, because his wife wasn't like, all that either. She wasn't hitting much.
She wasn't much. Like, it was just like he was just with her. It just seemed like convenient. Like, it's cheaper to keep her. You feel me? Like, it's another...
End up losing her anyway. He still got to pay money for her.
I forget who the entertainer was, but they was... Oh, Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart, you know, people don't talk about it, but Kevin Hart cheated on his first wife, you know what I'm saying?
With the new wife.
And it's cheaper to keep her, in his opinion, because it technically is. She gonna get everything. She gonna get that child support check every month.
But he didn't keep her. Him and Tory Hart got a divorce.
So they already got a divorce?
Oh, you talking about the new cheat issue that came up with Kevin Hart?
Yeah.
Oh, no, he ain't. They ain't get a
divorce.
That's what I'm
saying.
It wasn't confirmed, though, either. It was just a video of him in a car with a girl. Like, I ain't see him kissing her.
Man, look, it is what it is. Like, I just think, like, niggas do this shit all the time, and we got to start making conscious decisions and be like, bruh.
But do you think Usher made the conscious decision? First of all,
I'm gonna tell you like this.
Go look on the Shade Room and go look at a picture of that girl.
I like her to be 100. I like that girl. The one she found, she had herpes, bruh. She probably ate herself into some fucking depression. I like it to be some shit. She didn't just get there overnight. I want to see.
But she said she met him when she was young, and I'm like, well, how long ago was it?
You know, how old she say she is now?
I don't know. I gotta go look up all this. Somebody put it in the comments for us on the
But
all
I'm saying is I believe it.
Wait, you think Usher smashed her once upon a time?
Look.
And here's the thing: if she was a bad bitch and she just let herself
go, it ain't
go,
about no bad bitch.
If she was well, y'all just gonna have to come for me, ladies, because big girls, let's go at it. Because if she was a bad bitch, Usher standards, and she just gained weight over the years, she would have been like, I used to look like this, and this is the concert that I met Usher at, and we took a picture. She would have posted some shit to say, this is why he smashed me. You ain't finna come up, bruh.
Nah, but
Munch, you become a millionaire, and these hoes trying to come at your money, and a big bitch come up and she saying you smashed her, I'm gonna say I already know Munch type. He ain't do that.
Well,
I saw some of his friends. I saw some of his celebrity friends in the comments like, like really, like.
Yeah, so
we know Usher some freaky shit because we saw the Superhead book and she said some shit happened with he started speaking Creole and the man came out of some shit. Y'all know. Somebody just told me that. I can't. Y'all confirm it for me, but
you see, you be on some deep freak shit like that.
Somebody said that happened. I didn't read it, but I kind of remember that story that he was into some freaky shit on that Superhead book. But even still, I don't think Usher smashed that girl.
He may not have, but herpes is one of them things. Like even if he didn't smash it, like bruh, he gonna have dudes coming up saying, "Yo, I got herpes."
But that's what I'm saying is because he has money and people heard about that whole 1.2 million.
Going on.
He gonna I'm gonna come out
been going
and say
on,
he gave
though.
it to me, so I could try to get me a
If
piece
you
of the
can,
pie.
my thing is, you got to be a dummy not to figure out that you gonna have to trace. Like it's gonna have to be a direct connection trace. So some other chick is gonna have to, like, for instance, all the chicks that he smashed is gonna have to come out. That's gonna be the first wave, and then when the chicks come out, all the dudes gonna come out. I'm telling you how this gonna happen, and the reason why that's like that, and this is my thing, is it a fact or is it fiction that he got herpes?
I saw today on the internet, shout out to President Carter because he had a whole thread going on about this Usher situation. And I saw on the social media internets today that it was even like that Usher's coming out with a defamation lawsuit against the lady who sued him. So I don't know how true that is, but it may be that Usher don't even got the shit. I don't know if he paid out that money. My thing is this though, Munch. The girl who came out, she don't even got it. She don't have herpes. So why are you coming out?
Yeah, if
that's
the
what
case,
I'm saying. Like, it's people trying to come for that man money. Like anybody.
Nah, I'm not negating that people coming for the man money. I just saying, like, my thing is, I just don't have no respect for nobody just fucking any and everything. And if you willingly fuck somebody and you knew you had some shit, I think that's foul.
That's true.
That's just me. You know what I'm saying?
I agree on that.
I don't know. You know me, dog. I don't really, I be working. I don't be really in the mix of when it comes to pop culture shit. Cause it could go either way. You never know. That's true. They say Marilyn Monroe fucked John F. Kennedy. You know what I mean? and
I think she did.
And I think she did. But we'll never motherfucking know because John F. Kennedy is dead, Marilyn Monroe is dead, and the only one that's alive is Jackie O. And Jackie O, you ain't seen her ass in the light since JFK got killed in front of her.
Jackie O still alive? I gotta somebody put that in the comment section. I'm not sure, but
I mean, I think she died like recently, but. You know what I mean? She was still alive and in the mix for a while. You feel me? Like they didn't just knock her off because the president was dead.
No. She lived after he.
You get what I'm saying?
He was, but after he passed away. But hold on, I gotta Google this because
Jackie O.
And we ain't talking about Jackie.
Yeah, we ain't talking about the real Jackie O from the crib.
Huh. I love it.
Hey, she was real though. She was a
side note. The Jackie O from Miami, female rapper. Now here, you remember we talking about Trina and Trick and everybody knowing? I wasn't a Trina fan like that.
You was on Jackie O,
but that damn Jackie O.
I ain't gonna lie.
That damn Jackie. I love Jackie O.
I love Jackie O too.
Man, shout out to Julius. In the hallway in Carol City, he used to just come out of nowhere, and I hear him Jackie, and I just start twerking and whining. I love that damn Jackie O. Damn, that bitch is fine. Damn, that bitch is fine. I get it from my mammy. Okay.
Yeah. She used to be vibing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I just liked her lyrics. I like how she was just raunchy with it. You know what I mean?
But she was but it was still like a classiness to her too that I like. It was like a respect. Like, you gonna respect me. If I fuck you, I fuck you. But if I don't, I don't. I'm doing me.
Yeah.
And I'm having fun.
Not to bring up old shit, but that whole thing went down with. I think that was the reason why her career kind of went the way it went.
What?
Because it was a situation between her, Ross, and Class.
I heard that.
Yeah.
We need to.
I
heard that tea.
I heard she dropped
got
it.
Kind of like blackball, right?
Yeah, she got blackball for it.
Dang. Wait, she died in 1994, dog. You talking about?
Nah.
Side note: Jackie Onassis, President Kennedy's wife.
She died in 94.
Yes.
Damn, I know.
We was like 3 years old.
Yeah, I know it was like that. I thought it was like recent, like in the 2000s.
That was like, no, I knew she. I'd be.
You know what it was?
Like
I think they did a special on the kids. And then
just say you was wrong.
No, I was wrong. I'm just saying, like I know I was wrong. I'm telling you, I thought that it was. I didn't know it was that long.
She just passed away.
I could have sworn she passed. I ain't saying like the last few years, but in the 2000s, be like 2010, 09, 07, some shit.
Still 6 years.
You feel me?
Oh my gosh, I'm in tears.
It's the reporter in you. You just gotta be hella accurate. No alternative facts.
Ain't no motherfucking alternative.
I thought
facts.
we're under the Trump administration, so this shit is wearing off. Okay. Trickle down economics. I'm sorry. Shit.
You know I still love you, man. But just switching gears a little bit. Tell me about Peace in the Hood, because that's coming up. That's your baby.
Yeah, that's something from All Like Minds, Unite, Progress, and Grow. We do the Peace in the Hood. I was doing the Peace in the Hood open forums to pay homage, one, to Uncle Al, famous DJ from the crib, and bring the real,
City, right?
Yeah, Liberty City, bring the community out. And his mantra was peace in the hood. So I hadn't heard it in a minute, and I felt like nobody really embraced the true meaning of peace in the hood. I just recently reached out to his son, Lil Al.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So what was that about?
Well, I reached out because my thing is always to do stuff in order. And I'm a certain. It's just like going back to certain situations we talk about. Niggas come to a certain part of the city. Like, I'm from the city, but to use this man's name and his likeness, I need to go to the family and make sure everything cool.
Oh, so you use his name and likeness during your? Peace
in the
Hood?
When we do Peace in the Hood, we put Al on the front.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, on the flyers, like, I make sure it's known. Like, even when I explain it, like, Al is the main reason why I did this. You know what I'm saying? Because I seen, the days when I grew up in the city, like, it was no violence when that shit was going on. When Al set up on 15, it wasn't none of that shit.
Yeah.
And he made sure he created an environment for that. So, with the Peace in the Hood, we want to identify problems in the neighborhood, which means that we just pretty much like throw a dart at the wall and say, hey, gun violence is an issue. Poor education is an issue. Nutrition is an issue in the context of health. And we discuss solutions around how do we make these things better. How do we affect policy to make it better?
Is it a conference or panel discussion?
No, it's just an open forum. It's just once a month. So
is it a one-day event?
Yeah, it's a one-day event.
Okay.
So we do basically every third Thursday of the month, starting August 31st. We're gonna do one, maybe two, depending on, the meat of the subject and how we have to do it. But we're gonna have one every month on the third Thursday, and we're gonna identify problems, discuss solutions, and then take action.
Oh, so this is an ongoing thing, not like a one-time thing.
Yeah.
So this is like a series.
It's just like a series. So we want to bring it back and like do it every month and make sure the whole entire community is involved.
Nice. Where and when are you going to do this?
So we're going to do it, like I said, August 31st, 6:30 at the African Heritage Cultural Arts Center. That's 6161 Northwest 22nd Avenue.
Google it if you ain't catch that.
African Heritage Cultural Arts Center, 62nd and 22nd, the big blue building.
Got it. What else was going on in relation to that? You told me about something.
Oh, yeah. I know, shout out my homegirl V. You know what I'm saying?
V.
Valencia Gunda, for people who don't know. The thing we have, last year, we lost... Jada Page kind of fucked all us up. I ain't even finna flodge. King Carter fucked me up a little bit too. But,
all of that. Man, last year was tough.
But I got when you get a call from one of your best friends, because I don't really do the best friend shit, but to say I got that call from my best friend, it was the worst phone call I ever could get. Wow. And it took me back for a minute because I've been desensitized to violence. I've been desensitized to these situations because I really know what's going on.
Damn.
So a lot of times when people say, oh, such and such got hit, I'm not quick to react. I'm just like, okay. I'm real calm about it because I'm like, this is every day. Like the helicopters ran across my neighborhood last night. You know what I mean? And shots was fired like down the street. Yeah. So I'm with somewhat... I've become desensitized and I normalize these things, but that brought it back for me to see like a little girl lost her life. A little boy lost his life. 6 years old lost his life. This girl, Jada Page, for people who don't know, You know, I literally used to leave school from Miami-Dade North and go to support both her parents' business at Rocket Fish and Grill, Rocket Seafood and Grill, and also I would support her. She had her own stand, like her own little candy stand in the school.
Oh.
If I'm not mistaken, her school was on 119th. I do not know the actual name of the school, but if you rode on 119th and 22nd, you know the name of it.
Wait, that's her family's.
Yeah.
She used to be in the in the restaurant sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You done seen that girl plenty times.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No, Munch. That shit just hit me.
Yeah.
Cause I used to go to Rocket Grill.
Yeah, you know we put the whole fam on that shit.
No, Munch. That shit.
That little girl, yeah, that was always in there
God.
dancing. Not the little small one. That's her little sister.
I know what. Oh my God.
Yeah,
I remember kids.
She used to be in there with the Jordans, and she used to be ranking everybody like, "Boy, you ain't fresh." Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That just hit me, Munch. Oh my God.
Yeah. So.
Oh my God.
Imagine being there and knowing who that was and getting that phone call.
Oh man.
And Jada, you know, so what they doing for Jada, I believe, let me see what day this is. On September 23rd, it's a little ways from now, but the Jada Page Foundation, man, Dominique, who's her mother, she needs all the support she can get. I just need y'all to really corral around that lady, man. She really going through it. She going through a lot.
Let's show up, y'all.
And September 23rd, you know what I mean? Like I said, they're doing a gun violence awareness, honoring Jada Page. They gonna do a dance crew battle. So if you young, you got your little dance crew.
Cause she was a dancer, right?
Cause she loved to dance. Any song came out, she did the Musically, and her parents still have the account and the login info, and that's all they really have.
I've seen some of her videos. I couldn't really get into it.
Yeah, because like I knew the little girl, and the little girl was so full of life, just like King Carter. I didn't know King Carter, but to hear like Blaze, like I got the utmost respect for homie. I don't really know him like that, but I got respect for him in the sense of this is a guy we all know his lifestyle. And he had to make a drastic change, and he had to quote unquote man up. Yeah. Real quick. Yeah. And I'm just so glad for the brother to be seeing a little bit of daylight now. Yeah. You feel me? I agree. I heard he got signed to Block. I heard he got signed, and he up there with Big Block right now. So shout out to Blaze Carter. They moved to Georgia.
What?
Yeah.
Congrats. Who's Big Block?
Block is the same person that was responsible for Boys in the Hood, Jody Breeze, on the rest of them cats.
Oh wow!
And if I'm not mistaken, I believe he's like really affiliated with MMG. He in that MMG clique. So
congrats to Blaze.
Yeah, so congrats to Blaze, man, for the streets. I know he got a lot of stuff coming up. I know he didn't. For some time, it got to be hard to lose your kid, man. But like I said, man, you get the utmost respect from me. Yeah. Any day. Even when we did the concert together.
In any level is amazing to me.
We did a concert together, maybe that was Bird concert. And before he started, he said, man, look, we got a lot of gangsters in here tonight, and we going to make it real peaceful. A lot of us done lost somebody, one or another, you know what I'm saying? Someone or another, but we could keep it real peaceful. So his whole movement has changed. His whole, and I got the utmost respect for him. But like I said, Jada Page, man, y'all come out September 23rd, 2017. Yeah. They're doing the first annual dance crew battle. It's going to be at 6:00 at the Little Haiti Cultural Arts Center. Okay, registration is going to be $50 per crew. The registration deadline is August the 21st, and the general admission, if you want to come and support and just simply support, it's going to be $10.
And we'll put that up on social media. And guys, we're going to try to give more information, pictures. If we're talking about something, we'll give context. And if you hear about something, just please hit us in the comments, hit us on social media if you need the information for this, because I think we need to be there to support. Once you already know, with Peace in the Hood, with this, whatever I can do. These would be my first time. I know this is their first time doing this, but it'd be my first time attending Peace in the Hood. But I got you.
I know.
I got you. So you better put me to work.
All right, I got you. Don't worry. Hello News is gonna be blogging near you.
Hey. Well, rest in peace, and I think that's a real good cause. So thank you for telling the people about that. Munch, we at the end of another episode.
The end of another episode.
Another podcast.
One more down.
One more down. I love doing this with you, by the way. I really
Me
do.
too, man. It's cool like that.
I
we
look
able
forward to this.
Like, cause it makes me feel like I actually accomplished something and got something done for the week.
Me too.
Cause I be feeling like I don't get shit done, but I did Trappin Ain't Dead. I'm consistent.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Munch. So it's been good. Let them know how. Wait. So we got to tell people, because if you hear in the beginning of the podcast, we have a local artist, and we're going to do that every week. Showcasing, promoting, giving them an opportunity to share our platform that we're creating. So Munch, how can people, if they want to submit to have their music reviewed to be possibly featured on the show, how can they do that?
Submissions that's with a S. So submissions with a S. Okay, at alllikeminds.com. We'll put it in the I guess the description section.
Yeah, I think if anything, if you're that serious, message me or Munch for the information. If you didn't write it down from listening. And
we do support the local artists. Anybody who familiar with Munch, they'll tell you like he gonna play the local artist, bro.
Oh, he definitely does. You put me on game. How can they reach you, Munch?
It's at Machiavelli_Munch on my personal page. So that's MAKAVELLI_MUNCH. It's at All Like Minds. If you want to buy into what we doing with All Like Minds, Unite, Progress, and Grow, or at All Like Minds Media. That's ALLLIKEMINDS MEDIA. It's All Like Minds Media. You can follow us, Color Cut Clarity. You see everything that we have to offer. Some new services are coming. We really are trying to do this thing with live production and mobile content. So, yeah, hit us up.
That's what's up. Well, you can find me, my personal page, at Janéy Tate. That's on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can find me there. And then on Snapchat, you can follow my blog, Hilo News, HYLONEWS, Hilo News. And you can find me on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter as well. So it's been real. Munch. What we gonna do?
I don't know what we gonna do to close this shit out.
I don't know. I don't even know.
Check it. Damn,
that bitch is fat. Damn, that bitch is fat. Good night, man.